1,600 passengers entered a cruise ship in Spain, but when the ship docked in Italy, the passenger count was down to 1,599. Let's talk about it. The tumultuous relationship of Micki Kanesaki and Lonnie Kocontes began many years prior to that fateful cruise, in the 1990s. Micki was working as a legal assistant in Los Angeles. There, she met a very charming lawyer, Lonnie. It didn't take long for the two to fall in love, and they moved in together pretty quick afterwards too. Into a house in Ladera Ranch, south of LA. In 1995, they got married. It seemed like the perfect love story, but it wasn't. Their relationship was anything but stable. The two broke up with each other, got back together, divorced each other, and married again. They were the definition of an off and on again relationship. Their relationship was also heavily overshadowed by excessive alcohol abuse and even domestic violence. In 2002, the two got divorced a second time. In that same year, Lonnie met a new woman, Amy Nguyen, whom he married 3 years after meeting her in Las Vegas. But just like his previous relationship, this one also didn't last. After he divorced his second wife in 2006, Lonnie actually went back to Micki, and for some reason the two decided to give the relationship another try. There was even talk of getting married a third time. To give the relationship a little kickstart, Lonnie decided the two should go on a cruise. The MS Island Escape was supposed to take the couple on a turn around the Mediterranean Sea. Now, this might not seem strange to us, but as friends later recounted, it was very out of character for Lonnie to spend so much money on a holiday. He even insisted on a balcony cabin. Lonnie was very much known for being stingy with his money. They boarded the ship in Spain on the 21st of May in 2006. But the peace only lasted for 5 days. In the morning of the 26th, Lonnie alerted the ship authorities and told them that his wife never returned to their cabin last night. He told them that she left their room at around 1 in the morning to get some tea, because she was feeling sick from drinking too much wine. Lonnie also had an explanation as to why he didn't alert anyone earlier. He claimed he had taken a sleeping pill and only noticed she didn't return when he woke up in the morning. He also claimed that he had looked for her all over the ship, and Lonnie just kept talking. He very heavily hinted at the fact that she might have gone overboard. And not only that, he told the search crew and later authorities that Micki had suffered from depression, and that she had often talked about ending her own life. And while this all seemed plausible, Lonnie then does something very weird. Instead of staying and waiting to hear if they find Micki, he flew back to California, only a day after he reported her missing. And there was someone there waiting for him. Amy Nguyen, his ex-wife, welcomed him home with open arms. Now, when people go missing on the open ocean, a lot of times there will never be a body found. But not in this case. On the 27th, so the same day Lonnie returned to California, a female body washed ashore on the Italian coast of Calabria. It was Micki Kanesaki. And an autopsy revealed the horrifying truth. She had no water in her lungs. She didn't drown. She had been dead before her body was thrown into the water. And they found signs of strangulation. The Italian police were sure she had been killed, and the only suspect, her ex-husband. Unfortunately, there was nothing the Italian police could do, because Lonnie had fled back to the US, and there was no DNA anywhere on Micki's body. The ocean had washed away any evidence. But because both victim and suspect were American citizens, the FBI got involved. And they found out that Lonnie had tried to transfer $1 million from Micki's bank account into his own. They arrested him, and tried to trial him in 2008. Steadfast at his side is Amy Nguyen. She claimed that Lonnie had been devastated when he returned to California, and that he had never mentioned killing or harming his ex-wife to her. Unfortunately, the lawsuit got dismissed by the judge, who claimed there was just not enough evidence. He, so the judge, even went so far as to say that any of the 1,600 passengers could have killed Micki, and that there was no evidence that it had been Lonnie. So Lonnie walked free, and far away from California, and sweet, loyal Amy. He settled down in Florida, and he found another woman to marry. But 4 years after this move, his freedom was over. Amy Nguyen went to the police, not because of any bad conscience, but because she feared for her own life. Lonnie had tried to hire a hit on her. She now told the police the truth. She claimed that Lonnie had threatened to either kill Micki himself or hire someone to kill her on their cruise ship. She also claimed that he had threatened her, to keep her mouth shut. But apparently he feared that the threat would no longer be enough, hence why he tried to hire a hit on her. It took until June of 2020, so 14 years after he killed Micki, for the trial to begin. And this time, there was no loving girlfriend or benevolent judge to help him. He was found guilty of killing Micki, and he got life in prison for that. Todd Spitzer, the Orange County prosecutor, said the following. He thought he had committed a perfect crime, but because he strangulated Micki before he threw her overboard, her lungs had been full of air, which led the body to be able to drift to shore. instead of sinking to the bottom of the ocean. But Lonnie isn't done. He is still awaiting trial for trying to get his other ex-wife killed, but no matter what happens, he will never get out of prison again. Maybe that's a small comfort for Micki's family, who had always believed him to be guilty.